Okay, Ben here again, and today we've got a quick little article from Kotaku, believe it or not. With 25 years later, Final Fantasy VIII is still the series' best love story. Now, I know they were big themes in FF7, FF8, and FF10, so whichever one you prefer is up to you, but let's see what they have to say. Squall and Rinoa's relationship is the beating heart behind one of the franchise's most underrated entries, and that I would have to agree on. Of course, we're playing it here in Final Fantasy February, both on Twitch and here. It was Tuesday live, so there we go. You can see that beautiful screenshot there. From the moment protagonist Squall Leonhardt is dragged onto the dance floor by a headstrong girl in the opening hours of Final Fantasy VIII, Disc 1, I knew it was love. I would grow to adore this game and appreciate it despite its flaws, and much of that was because of the central story of Squall and Rinoa. In the 25 years since the game's release, 25 years, it has gone through waves of critical reappraisal, often focused on the game existing in the shadow of its more famous predecessor, the one with the guy with the big sword and big budget remake. Okay, why don't you just say Final Fantasy VII? While it remains an underrated and oft-derided entry in the franchise, Final Fantasy VIII still stands as the best love story in the series. Ooh. Okay. Moving on, moody teenager Squall is a great encapsulation of Final Fantasy VIII as a whole. He's abrasive on first meeting, and it takes time to truly peel back what is going on beneath his exterior. A lot of people don't like Squall because of his asshole tendencies in the game's opening hours. That's pretty accurate. If you thought Cloud Strife had a too cool for school attitude, then Squall will break your brain in how uncaring he is. His responsive choice to any conversation is whatever. But when players reach the Balam Garden graduation party, Squall's persona gets shattered by the simple act of dancing with a pretty girl. Scroll. Rinoa, the pretty girl in question, is the complete opposite of Squall, outgoing and kind. She breaks through Squall's exterior by dragging him onto the dance floor and forcing him to sway and spin with her. He is terrible at dancing to the point he can't stop stepping on Rinoa's feet. But he does improve and get really good by the end of the dance. The player can't help but laugh at Squall, seeing for the first time he is nothing but a kid trying to put on a brave face. Graduation Party is also one of the best meet cutes in gaming. I think that should be cute meets in gaming. Telegraphing immediately that this is the couple we will watch grow close over the course of the story. And there they are at the ballroom dance. There's some more videos and ads. This isn't the first or last game in the series to have a romance in it. Most Final Fantasy games do. But only a handful of entries have love and romance as the main theme. While FF8 has the expected political intrigue between nations and world-ending magical threats, it is all backdrop for the story of Squall and Rinoa's relationship. Okay, so they're saying that takes precedence over the main story with the sorceress. Interesting. Squall and his party are tasked throughout FF8 with carrying out a series of orders they have little input or knowledge about. They are simply soldiers, and Squall is excellent at applying cold logic to his missions and carrying out objectives with little questioning. Rinoa, again, is his opposite. She's driven by the passion for the cause and maintains a critical eye on those in power. The narrative continues to push the two together, giving Rinoa the role of slowly taking down Squall's walls. Consequently, this makes Squall change how he thinks about his place in the world. With the backdrop of nations fighting and a time-traveling sorceress attempting to end the world, Squall and Rinoa grow closer, to the point they eventually come to love each other, even if it is still hard for Squall to understand what these feelings are. But his delicate relationship is threatened when Rinoa must be put in stasis to save the world. Okay, I should have said spoiler alerts earlier, but one, it's been out for 25 years, and we may actually reach that point by the time this video airs, so let's keep watching and keep playing. She will effectively be dead after this decision. The Squall we know from the start of Final Fantasy VIII would not bat an eye at this decision. There's a cold logic to it that he would understand. But he isn't that boy anymore. Rinoa has worked her way under his skin and made him a more caring person, and one is able to question the orders he follows. He comes to the realization that without people you care about, without Rinoa, without love, there is no point in saving the world. Casting aside the good of the world, he frees Rinoa and takes her in his arms. From this point, the two are able to find a new way to save the world while also saving Rinoa. In a series full of dramatic stories about saving the world from certain death, Final Fantasy VIII's explicit message is that love is the thing that gives us the reason for being in the world in the first place. It gives us reason for being in the world in the first place. Makes it an emotional high for the franchise, one that deserves wider recognition. Which is partly the reason I'm revisiting it here on Final Fantasy February. In Final Fantasy February. But yeah, so, short, sweet, and to the point. FF8 is probably a better game than you think. And, doesn't quite have the cringe scenes like Titus laughing in Final Fantasy X. Or, the complex duality of the new girl you meet who has to die to save the planet, but the old girlfriend from your childhood in Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, so just thought we'd take a quick look at this Final Fantasy VIII article here from Kotaku because it's Final Fantasy February and I'm actually playing the game. So let me know what you think in the comments, of the article, of the game itself, what the best love story in Final Fantasy is to you, and we'll catch you on the next stream. So thanks for watching, and until next time, keep dancing.